Hey guys, check this out. So I picked this thing up at a local thrift store the other day for 12 bucks. Didn't know if it worked or not, but it was cheap enough so I grabbed it. What's up everyone, my name is Jeff aka Fry Guy, and on this channel I play retro video games from the 80s and the 90s. So I'm a big fan of the Mortal Kombat series going all the way back to the original arcade release in 1992. I've never seen anything like this before, so I did some research and found out that it's part of a series of TV plug-and-play games released by Jakks Pacific during the 2000s. If you don't know who Jakks Pacific is, they're a toy company that's probably best known for making licensed action figures. Anyway, so this is an old school all-in-one unit that was released in 2005. It's essentially the full Mortal Kombat game, control pad and all. It takes 4 AA batteries, there's no direct power, and it plugs directly into your TV with these AV cables. There's also this little watch battery in here which powers the memory, so I guess it saves your progress or your high scores, maybe both, not really sure. You can even plug in a second unit here to play 2-player mode. Anyway, so I do have something similar to this that I purchased brand new many years back. It's this Double Dragon plug and play unit by MSI that's similar to this one, but complete with joystick and arcade style buttons. I'll review that unit in another video sometime, but it's essentially the NES version of Double Dragon. So I figured this Mortal Kombat was going to be either a port of the Super Nintendo or the Genesis version, but it's not. Turns out it's actually a completely new port that had to be developed due to some limitations with the processor that's inside. Apparently they had to scale back on some of the graphics and the audio to make it all fit and to keep costs down. So I tried it out when I got it home and it worked, and it turns out it's actually pretty decent. Let's go check it out. Now I'm using a cheap upscaler here to capture the gameplay footage, so the quality is not that great, but plug this into a CRT TV and it looks fantastic.
Johnny Cage. Fight.
So the first thing you're probably wondering is, does it have blood? Yes, to my surprise it does, and you don't need a code or anything. You'll also notice the sound, although mostly there, is not quite arcade quality and is more comparable to the Super Nintendo version.
Johnny Cage wins. Fatality.
The graphics are not bad. The backgrounds are not animated like in the arcade or some of the home ports, but a lot of the sounds and vocals are there. All the stages seem to be here, and they even have the pit.
Liu Kang wins.
I haven't found him yet, but it looks like Reptile is in the game too, because I've seen the silhouette fly across the moon in this stage. Oh, never mind, there he is. You can perform all the fatalities just like you would in the arcade, and it all looks pretty decent. I was surprised for a $12 all-in-one unit that it was this good and kind of in between the arcade version and the home ports that we got in the 90s. It doesn't look like you can adjust the difficulty or anything. It appears to be just one setting and you play it as is.
Scorpion wins.
But if you press left, right, up, down as the game is booting up, you can access a test menu where you can scroll through all the background music tracks and sounds. The best part is watching Sub-Zero float around the screen for some strange reason. Now I'm not the best at Mortal Kombat, but I'm okay, and I find the difficulty of this game to be kind of in the middle. Like I can make it pretty far up the tower, just like I would in the arcade and the home ports, but it does get a bit challenging the closer you get to the mirror match and endurance matches. The D-pad on this thing is a little hokey. It's oversized compared to a traditional D-pad like on the Super Nintendo or Genesis for example. The other buttons are laid out exactly like the arcade, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty responsive too, and I don't have too much trouble pulling off all the moves.
Sonya, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Liu Kang, Raiden, Kano, Johnny Cage.
So yeah, I never knew this thing existed and was pretty curious about it when I found it. If you're an old school Mortal Kombat fan and you come across one of these for cheap, I say grab it. It's a pretty neat piece to add to your collection. I have a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff for most of my consoles, so adding this to my collection is pretty cool and definitely one of the more unique pieces I have. Since I've never seen this before, I figured maybe a bunch of you hadn't seen it either and wanted to know what it was all about, so I made this quick little video about it. It's a pretty cool piece of Mortal Kombat history. If you like this quick review, please give the video a thumbs up, and feel free to leave a comment down below. Did you have one of these growing up? If so, what did you think about it? Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying the content and you don't want to miss out on future uploads. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm Fry Guy, that was Mortal Kombat, and I will catch you in the next level.